Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Adventures of Jacoby. I am the Winter Warlock here with Storm Gaming Alliance for another episode in Skyrim. Welcome back everyone. First point of order, I am feeling better, so hopefully this will be back to a bit of regular good old Jacoby. On the last episode, well, honestly, it was kind of a throwaway episode. We rolled out of Riften to start heading back home. I think we got in a few tussles here and there. We didn't really explore anything. I remember we had an assassination attempt from the Dark Brotherhood again, but that's okay. So yeah, made our way back here to Lakeview Manor, and I have unloaded pretty much all of my inventory, freed up about 200 carry weight. So it looks like we're ready to get back at it. But what exactly is it that we're going to get back at? You'll just have to stay tuned. And welcome back. So, here we are, Lakeview Manor. For those of you who were here for Chapter 3, Lydia is still decorating the home. Looks a bit different than the last time we were here. We didn't have these display cases, and there's a lot more stuff here in the house. But just a brief little rundown of what we've got going on here. I have a stockpile of some special weapons that I just sort of chucked in a chest over here. Over here in this big chest, we have some goodies, some valuable jewelry and such. I've got all of our gems and precious metals, soul gems included, all in this little strong box. I've got this chest here full of things that can just be sold. We still have some, I believe we still have our elven boots that give us the boost of sneaking, 20 armor, 30% better sneaking. So these glass boots are, they're a little bit better armor rating. But the 40 increased 40% fire resistance isn't really worth losing the sneak boost. So they're in there for the sale on a rainy day. Over here in this unassuming little strong box, we have the focus of this chapter. We have 4 of our 8 Dragon Priest masks here on mainland Skyrim. Of course, I'm not sure if Jacoby knows how many we're going to find, but we found 4 so far. Most recently here was Rago. That was a few episodes ago. We found Otar. Before that, at like the beginning of this chapter, Croesus we found near the beginning of this chapter, first couple of episodes. Nakreen, we were able to get from the portal into from Skuldafn at the portal into Sovngarde. And Otar, we just happened to stumble across, I believe back in, between chapters 1 and 2, or maybe all the way back in chapter 2. Can't remember, but just sort of stumbled across that one by accident. And I believe Otar came from the place where, in this chest, we have this, Serax's skull key, and there is also Torsten's skull key. So wherever that barrow was. But this safe is just kind of some random stuff that I'm just sticking aside. We've got a bunch of dragon bones, some of the dragon claws, Glenmoral witch heads in case anybody else wants to cure their lycanthropy. Our first set of armor, the Imperial officer's helmet for that crazy lady who was just hell-bent on killing us back at the beginning of our adventures. Again, our first set of real armor. And Thalmor robes, just to remind us that, you know, we hate the Thalmor. So things are kind of spread out all over the place. And honestly, it had been so long since I've been home, I don't even know if that's everything we have. One little point of order, I think. Yeah, so the downstairs part of our library is full. That's empty. Is this guy still empty? Yeah, that's empty. So yeah, we've got a few different things hanging up here, you know, from Red Eagle and its counterpart. Axe of Whiterun, just to hold our station. And Lunar Steel Sword, just, you know, unique enchantments. So yeah, we have to get upstairs to the second level of our library here. Do we have anything in that chest? No. Okay, cool. Nothing there. And a real weird sacrilegious burned book. Let's see. Yeah, so we've got some random spell tomes here, there, and everywhere. I could probably... Oh, 0 on that shelf. Okay. I could probably do with, you know, doing some more organization in here, but not today. One thing I want to do, yeah, we'll drop, okay, we can't do that. How about that part? Okay, yeah, for some reason it's being buggy, so we can drop that. We don't need that. We're gonna keep Guillermo's epitaph because we still have one of the Galdor amulet fragments we stumbled across a few episodes ago as well. So we will be, you know, loosely tracking those down as time goes on. Of course, that can go. We always keep Codlack's journal on us. That keeps us humble. Letter from a friend. Let's see, where's that from? Highgate Ruins and Autumn Watch Tower. So I know we've done Autumn Watch Tower, I'm pretty sure. We're going to keep Lost Legends because that's the Galdor amulet. We don't need that anymore. What's this note? Scorm and his dog shall know. Okay, yeah, we don't really care too much about that. Orders. Yeah, that was from the last place we went. Rago's reply. We can put that. Scorm Snowstrider's journal. You know what? That can go. Is that Scorm Snowstrider? Yeah, that's all from the last place. Of course, more spell tomes. Okay, ran out of room there. Now, can I get this shelf? Okay, perfect. That's the one that I wanted in the first place. So we will go Stoneflesh, yeah, Black Arts on Trial, the Exodus, Valmir's Order, and we'll keep the Writ of, yeah, we'll keep that because that's tied into Galdor as well. Haven't found that. Let me just double check. So that was what? Highgate Ruins and Autumn Watch Tower. So, of course, once we get through an autosave. All right, let's see. Well, an easy way to find this out is to just go here to miscellaneous quests, find the source of power at Highgate Ruins. So we have not done that one yet. So we will try to activate this bookshelf again. That one says 0. That one says 7. Perfect. So we will put in the letter from a friend about Autumn Watch Tower. Because I like to keep the letter on you, you know, makes sense. So there we go. That should take care of all of that. We should probably just like eat some of this stuff. Yeah, this fresh meat is for that silly dog. That definitely has nothing to do with the Daedric Prince. But cool, there we go. Library still looking good. We still have some empty space here. The upstairs of our little outdoor area, on top of our library pillar here, last I checked was coming together pretty well. It was actually weird when I arrived back at Lakeview Manor. I heard the howls of some wolves. So of course, you know, your houses come under attack from time to time here in Skyrim. And well, for some reason they had spawned within the ground that my house is built on. So I kind of just did a quick like run through trying to get them to respawn, and eventually they came out, and Lydia was able to help me dispatch them, and Hiccup, our horse, ran out after them because he's a fool. But yeah, I ran up through here, but I didn't look to see. It doesn't look like much is different. Have an empty chest, a nice ewer, empty stand. Would be nice to actually have like a chair up here. So I'm not sure if Lydia is done. I'm not sure if Lydia is done decorating our place. We've got this little balcony area out back. This is over top of our little treasure trove. But interestingly, in here, this little addition is our greenhouse, which actually seems to be doing fairly... Okay, good. Lydia made her way back. She was just stuck out there in the woods after she slew one of the wolves. But she made her way back home. But yeah, we have some interesting stuff going on in our greenhouse. So, kind of actually some Easter egg stuff. Not really Easter egg, but some nice little bonus stuff with this greenhouse that I think is pretty cool. I'm going to walk up here, and then I'm going to just shut my mouth for a minute, and we're going to see if we can hear anything. So hopefully you can hear that buzzing, because we have bees. So an interesting thing is when you have your garden in here, obviously we've got a bunch of stuff that we could plant that I have not, but we've got this pretty cool jug of honey just hanging out over here. But if we stand over here, there's a beehive. This hanging moss starts to grow. And actually, even if you keep these doors closed, you will have like bees in the house, which is kind of, I don't know, it's a cool little addition. One bug that happens with, yep, there it is right there. For some reason, the beehive does that from time to time. It's a known issue. It's on the wiki, but it's just kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, you get mushrooms that grow over in the corners, and yeah, it's I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Have some just random honeycomb, and then of course there is a bird's nest up here that's harvestable of some kind. I don't know exactly if I would be able to even Skyrim jump my way up onto anywhere where I could access that. Well, maybe if I jump over here on this goat head, let's just see if we can destroy our house here real quick. Oh, okay, yeah, so it looks like it's not going to be a fan of me just jumping around. What was that? Was that a bee? Yep, that's a bee. So yeah, you can just catch a bee if you want to. I guess that's a cool thing that you can do. But yeah, so you get a bird's nest, you get a beehive, you get this hanging moss, you get some random mushrooms that just grow at either end. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Some, dragon tongue. That looked like dead insects from across the way there. But yeah, just a cool little thing about the greenhouse. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's our house. More honey up there, and there's some like snowberries and stuff. Just general furnishings and stuff that have begun to take place. I'm waiting. There's supposed to be a giant deer head over the mantle here. But, oh well. What is this? Jug of milk? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so, am I kitted out? Yeah, I'm kitted out. All right, so, that's the house. For any of you that are more interested in the house, go back and check out Chapter 3. Chapter 3 was fully dedicated to the Hearthfire DLC. There we go. So we built the house from the ground up. I did some of the furnishing myself, but I don't know, that gets a little tedious. So then we were swimming in gold. At that point, we had like over 30,000 gold, 35,000 gold, something like that. So I just paid Lydia to decorate the place because she is the steward of our little house here. Interesting thing, I could commission a bard to stay here at the... Oh, what time of day is it? I could commission a bard to stay here. I could commission a carriage. There we go. Yeah, we don't have gloomy days here at Lakeview Manor. But yeah, I could have a bard. I could have a carriage set up. Lots of cool things with the Hearthfire DLC. So I encourage anybody, if you have not played the Hearthfire DLC, I know it's sort of mundane, you know, you don't really have much quests involved outside of obtaining, you know, getting the information about where to build and stuff. But honestly, it's fun. You know, you've got this garden area out here. You got smelters and forges. You can put a whole smithing workshop down in the basement. You can have a whole like pedestal set up to the divines down in your basement. All kinds of pretty cool stuff. Adopting children, you know, building a house, doing the homestead stuff. Over here, I do have a cow and a few chickens. You can see my cow there. Let's see if the chickens are home. There's one of them. I think I have 2 or 3. Okay, there we go. There's the 2 of them. So, yeah, if you come out here and you collect the... oh, torch bug. But if you come out here and collect the eggs, they'll lay more. Yeah, just a cool... Hearthfire is a pretty cool DLC that I've definitely enjoyed playing. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, go back, check out Chapter 3, and you can see all about the Hearthfire DLC. Good old Pine Watch, we went through there, was that? I believe that was towards the end of Chapter 3 that we went and checked that place out. So just sort of clearing the area around Lakeview Manor here. And yeah, just kind of explored Falkreath. I always, literally every time I've played the Hearthfire expansion, I've only built Lakeview Manor. There's a few other places, but I like it out here in Falkreath. I'm a bit of a woodsman myself, and just kind of being you know, up here tucked away, you know, just back there through the trees. I don't know. I always liked setting up shop here in Falkreath, so I believe this is a little hunter's tent over here. I think I've come over and stopped in to see them a time or two. I could be wrong. It might be bandits, in which case... Oh, yep, it is. Okay, so we're just going to kill them.
Someone there.
Oh, missed them both. What are you doing? Oh, you're healing? Yeah, it's weird. I thought this was a hunter's camp, but... Alright, so you're empty. You had a few gold on you. A few gold and a lockpick. Terrible bandits. Yeah, just killed some poor dark elf over here. And a very... I don't like that. Apothecary satchel. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. I'm just gonna... We're just gonna put you... Yep. Just... No, a little bit more. That probably didn't help anything, did it? Come on. There we go. That was a very not cool way to have her dead there. I'm not gonna, you know, y'all can draw any conclusions that you would like to from that. The Lunar Lorcan. Snag it. Cool. Alright, so good. Always good to keep banditry at bay, especially when they're, you know, this close to my house. You can't see my house from here, which is good, but I'm sure in the middle of the night when all the sconces are lit, it's probably not the most inconspicuous place. But yeah, so as I was saying, you know, before, Chapter 4 is dedicated to finding Dragon Priest masks. And sort of the way that I've been playing this is towards the end of Chapter 3, I fast-forwarded time a few weeks, maybe a month, and basically just spent some time with Parthenax up at the throat of the world and talked about some nightmares that we were having. Some recurring nightmares of a masked figure and a sort of a foreboding voice suggesting that we are not actually the only Dragonborn right now. So we spent some time, there's Falkreath down there. So we spent some time with Parthenax, and basically he sort of helped us put two and two together that there's at least a similarity, masked figure and the dragon priests of old. So he's been helping us track them down. Of course, in game, that's not a real thing, but it's a nice roleplay thing, because after all, even though it may be, how do we say, not the quintessential, typical, true to its roots RPG, I would still loosely call Skyrim an RPG. I know it's a hack and slash, but you can roleplay. So that's what we're doing, right? So he has given us hints as to where some Dragon Priest masks are. However, being that it has been only a few days in-game since we acquired Otar, we did that a little bit there before the Warlock here, me personally, got sick and sort of got behind the 8 ball of doing Skyrim recordings. So we don't know exactly a location of our next Dragon Priest mask. I think right now for Jacoby, Chapter 3 was all about retirement. And I sort of see, we got Otar, or Rago, sorry. If I said Otar before, I meant Rago, because that's the most recent one. We got Rago. We ran to Riften just to sell some stuff, because quite honestly, we were right on the verge of over-encumbered for just every little thing we were picking up. So that we sold as much as we could. We were, got like 45,000 gold or something. That was one of Jacoby's goals, was to get rich, and he's rich in Skyrim standards for sure. So being that he's just coming out of retirement, he's trying to investigate these Dragon Priest masks. He's, trying to get himself back in the swing of things, understanding that even though he might want his adventuring days to be behind him, that seemingly the adventures aren't done with him. Because I hope it's not lost on all of you, but it's certainly not lost on Jacoby, that since he donned his armor once more, because his armor was hanging up on a mannequin in his house. He was just walking around in fancy clothes, like nobles' clothes, because he's the Dragonborn, the harbinger of the companions. Go check out Chapter 1. So he's, a fairly popular, well-to-do, probably one of the wealthiest people in Skyrim, if not Tamriel, the continent itself. But ever since we donned our armor and started trying to track down these Dragon Priest masks, he hasn't really had any nightmares. We might get little flashes here and there of the masked figure, but as a whole, he's had pretty restful sleep, which sort of speaks to him, Jacoby, that he must be on the right path, right? He hung up his armor, he built his home, he brought Lydia out here, he started to build his homestead. He was just ready to settle down to the quiet life. He's got more than enough money to see himself through to the end of his days. And that was just kind of kind of be what it was. Argonian blood wine. Oh, Cerulean, there it is. Yep. But that was kind of going to be it for Jacoby, you know? And then he started having these nightmares, and things were just, I don't know. Like I said, the nightmares came and things just didn't quite settle in right with him. So I think now that he is sort of back on the, you know, he got back on the wagon as far as, you know, as far as his adventuring is concerned. He hasn't really been having the nightmares. So that just sort of tells him that, hey, maybe he is on the right path after all. But yeah, I think coming out of that retirement mindset, getting back into hunting down these dragon priests and stuff, the reason I didn't really get into a whole lot for this episode, you know, sort of our homecoming, was because he kind of needs a break, you know? Chapter 3, even though it was a series of just, you know, a couple of dozen episodes, I, off camera, waited and fast-forwarded time for many, many months. So, you know, it's reasonable to assume that he's a little out of shape, you know, got himself a few degrees of separation from the adventuring life. And this episode, he just wanted to get home, offload all of his burdens. You know, he was carrying around, you know, 352-ish pounds of stuff. And yeah, just wanted to lighten the burden, come say hi to Lydia, come say hi to the cows and the chickens and the horse and his friendly hawk that lives on top of his house, and just check things out and take a deep breath. So that's basically it for this episode, honestly. I know that we will be out of character. We will be getting back into the hunt for the masks here pretty directly. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get back in the swing of things. Like I said, on the last episode, with my kids starting preschool, the whole house has just been sick for like 2 months, 8 or 9 weeks. So I've been getting behind on my recordings, but finally starting to feel better, finally starting to get back in the swing of things. And me personally, the Warlock here, just wanted to have a nice episode where I could just dive in headlong and immerse myself back into the world of Skyrim, get back into character with Jacoby, and yeah, enjoy our time here at home, because I love this place. You know, obviously Jacoby does, but I love this place. But I think that's where I'll leave it. Like I said, the next couple episodes we will actually get into something a little bit more meaningful, but I just wanted to get myself back into the world, you know? So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with Jacoby. As always, I really appreciate you guys. The channel's growing. We're getting close to 100 subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. We really want to grow this channel. You know, we got a few different things going on here on the channel, and we'd really like the opportunity to continue to grow. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, obliterate that subscribe button, get us up to that 100 sub plus. I'm probably going to be working on a video with my counterpart here on the channel, Dubba Slick, who runs a few shows on this channel as well. Maybe we'll put together a special video for 100 subs. So yeah, as I'm recording this, I believe we're at 98 subscribers. So by the time this goes live, we might have already hit that 100 subs, but nonetheless, definitely if you can, if you want to, support the channel. I would really, really appreciate it. I always say this as well. If you want to drop into the comments, say hi, say something. I always interact with the comments. As a matter of fact, we had a subscriber who was pretty active in the comments, or who was one of the first really to leave any comments, guy by the name of Cypher. And I did a whole 3-part series of going back to Blackreach just because they wanted Jacoby to spend more time there. And that just goes to show that definitely if there's something you guys want to see here in Skyrim, I will do it. I am more than happy. I think it's really cool to have that kind of interaction, because obviously I'm not looking at your face and we're not talking face to face. You're just watching me play a game. So one way that we can sort of have a relationship, one way that we can, interact with each other is through the comments. And if you just want to talk shop, you want to talk Skyrim, I love Skyrim. I love the lore. I'd love to have a conversation. And if you want to say hi, I'll say hi back. You want to shout out? Let me know. I'll shout you out in the next episode. I love the audience interaction. And with that, everybody, thank you again for joining me, and I will see you all on the next episode.